Okay, hi everybody. This is our tape for today, Tuesday, the 7th of April, and everybody's doing a great job so far on their, on their video, on their online learning. And I want to tell you about two things that are coming up. One thing that's going to be due at the end of the day, and something that's going to be due by Friday. So let me tell you about your Friday project first. So last week, you all submitted a fact about the sun, a fun fact about the sun for me. On Friday, I want you to have due 3 fun facts about Mercury, 3 fun facts about Venus, and 3 fun facts about our own planet Earth. They're all due on Friday, and you'll do that by making a Google Doc and sending me a copy. So again, let's talk about what a fun fact is. A fun fact, like, nobody really cares exactly how far away the planet is because those great big numbers mean nothing to us. So find out something interesting that makes that planet stand apart from the rest and share it out with me by Friday. You can do it anytime you want, but it's due on Friday. All right, so today's workbook page, and I'm sorry I made a mistake on yesterday's Google form. When you submit the questions, you can make them short answer. I don't even know what I did wrong. I'm still learning too. So thank you for your patience. And anytime there's a problem with something I send you, just make sure you let me know, because otherwise I don't know I'm making a mistake. So today we're going to talk about multiplication again. Your workbook page to do for today is binder page 147. If you, I don't have any of our posters up that we kind of our little math multiplication secrets that we hung along the room. So we're going to go over just a couple of them to help you remember how to do your multiplication. All right. Okay, so, and don't you like my new easel? I got this. Somebody on Facebook was posting it for free. I'm like, oh yes, please, I use it for my virtual learning. And look, I get to teach outside. It's so fun to teach outside. It's great. I hope you're outside too. All right, so we talked already about if you're going to do 2 times 3, for instance. That would be the 3. You'd have one group of 3, and you double it to get 2 times 3. So if it's 4 times 3, you can just take that number, and you can double it, because 4 is 2 doubled. So that would be like having these 2, and then you double it. So that would be 12. And I don't do the dots. You can if you want on a piece of scratch paper, but I just take this number and I think double, and I say double 3 gives you 6, double 6 gives you 12. Okay, so the 2s and the 4s aren't so bad. The 0s times anything is going to be what? Do you remember? I wish I could hear your little voices. It's always going to be 0. Because if you have 7 groups of absolutely nothing, you still have nothing. So anything times 0 is going to be 0. And if you have 1 times anything, that's going to be that number. Because if you have 7 groups of 1, it's going to be 7. Or if you have 1 group of 7, it's going to be 7. So the 0, 1s, 2s, 4s aren't so bad to multiply. And then when you get to the 5s, that's another pretty easy one, because no matter what you do, 5 times 7, you can just hold up those 7 fingers and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I know I'm talking too fast. I don't like my videos being too long, because then, you know, people stop paying attention. It's very hurtful, 3rd grade. So I'm going to try to keep it fast. So you can always hold up those fingers if you want and count by 5s to figure out the 5s. But remember, it's the 5s we're counting by, so you have to do it to that number. So don't hold up 5 fingers and count by 5. You hold up your 7 fingers and you count by 5. Or if you're doing 5 times 8, you can hold up 8 fingers and count by 5, because you're doing it to the 8. Some people like to call this 10 times 8 and then take half of it, because 5 is half of 10. I'm going to let that sink in again. Some people, instead of counting up 8 fingers by 5, some people call this 10 times 8 would be 80. And since 5 is half of 10, this answer has to be half of 80, and half of 80 is 40. So either way, that's how you can figure out 5s pretty easily. And when I was in 3rd grade and when your grown-ups were in 3rd grade, we all had to memorize all these facts, which is great, except for sometimes there's ones that you forget, and sometimes you're gonna have great big numbers to add, to multiply by 5s or whatever. And these kind of like little tricks we're using, you can use for bigger numbers too. Okay. How many minutes am I at?
5.
Oh geez, okay. So let's talk really quickly about doing 6s. So if you have 6 times 7, that's one of the uglier ones because there's no wonderful trick for showing you how to do this. So what I always do for these ones is I think to myself, I don't want to figure out 6 times 7, that's ugh, yuck. So I'll figure out 5 times 7. And I know that 5 times 7 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So, but this isn't 5 groups of 7. This is 6 groups of 7. Here would be 5 groups of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 7 things in each group. But I need 6 groups of 7. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more. So whatever I do here, I'm going to add one more group of 7 to that 35. And that's an easier way to figure out 6 times 7. So this is going to be 35 plus 7. Or you could think of it, and I'm almost done, you could think of it as 5 times 7 plus what? 7. All right, I'm out for today. If you have any trouble at all, text me. Don't text me. Your parents can text me. You can email me. Don't struggle over this work for too long. If you start getting frustrated, stop. You're supposed to be working on math for 30 minutes a day. So don't make it be an hour and a half, 30 minutes. And if you're struggling and you're stuck, you have to tell me. I can't check in with you. I can't say, hey, how's it going over there? So if you're struggling, you tell me. I don't want you having conniptions over math. And don't forget, you have 3 fun facts for Mercury, Venus, and Earth due on Friday and a Google Doc sent to me. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I miss you so much. Bye.